everyone. Again, this is me, Dr. Samih Abdel Jalil, and this is EL117, the writing course. What is it that we intend to cover tonight? We're going to do some editing and proofreading like we always do, and then we make the transition to the unit or the chapter that we're having on the calendar. We spoke enough before I started the recording. We spoke enough about the upcoming quiz, the fact that you're having a quiz tonight, and we said that the quiz is a link that you're going to press. When you press the link, the file downloads. You open the file. You react to the essays that are required. I mean, we'll have 2 essays, and you'll have to choose to write on one of them. And then when you have finished, you will have to upload the same file, the completed file, using the same link. I'm hopeful that this is clear enough. Again, what kind of genre are you asked to write using? Obviously, it's going to be descriptive, and it will have a bit of process to it. Okay, these are things that we have done over and over again, and I'm confident that you'll do a good job, inshallah. Okay. Okay. So now we'll, like I said, this is how we're going to, address the issues in class. We're going to start off with some editing, and then, like I said, we move to other, class relevant issues and concerns. Okay. Let me share. Okay. So can you read that?
Not yet, doctor.
Can you see that?
Yes.
Not
Yes, doctor.
Just
Yes.
okay. So what I want you to do now is I would like you to look at this passage, and I would like you to come up with we're editing it, and like I said, editing is about detecting errors and setting out to correct them. So I would like you to read this piece of writing, and then we can always talk about it. Remember, just give me a second. Let me finish my line of thought. Again, so what is it that we're going to look for? Remember, we normally organize our ideas and our thoughts. And one way of organizing our thoughts and ideas would be to move into different directions. You start off with the what we call the suprasegmental level of analysis, where you read the passage as a whole without stopping at this point in time, and you try to come up with impressions about the passage, whether it's coherent, whether there is unity, whether there is flow, the ideas flow, and one idea leads to the other. It's about logic, whether there is logic or logic is missing in the passage. It's about those rhetorical aspects, okay? When you're done with that, you move to the second level of analysis, which I call the segmental level of analysis, where you focus on the mechanics. Whatever is mechanical, And that would be grammar, that would be spelling, that would be punctuation. Okay, so the suprasegmental part would have to do with the rhetorical aspects where you focus on how relevant, I mean, the essay is, if it's an essay, how coherent, how logical, right? These are things that we spoke about a lot. And then after you're done, we move to the, this low level of analysis where the focus is on the mechanical aspects of the passage. So we're going to start with the high level analysis. I would like you to read the passage as a whole and tell me whether the ideas are relevant, to each other, whether, again, whether there is coherence, whether there is unity, and stuff like that. You guys have 2 minutes to read it as a whole and then share your impressions about the passage. Go ahead. And I'll also read it myself.
Doctor, could you
Mute your
zoom
mic.
the picture?
Okay, mute your mic so that I can focus. So you're asking for Zoom. Oh, what did I do? Oh, oh my goodness. Okay. I think I have. Yes. Let me go back. You don't have that anymore, right? Just give me a second. I have to. Where did I leave it? Yes, it's here. Can you see anything?
No.
No.
Yes, just give me a
No,
second. Yeah,
No,
trying to
doctor.
zoom it. I'm trying to zoom it like you wanted. Okay. Just give me this. Yeah, I think. Just give me a second. Yeah. Yeah, can you see it now?
Yeah, doctor.
Okay, so go ahead. You guys have 2 minutes from now. I would like you to read the passage and come back to me with insights. Again, we're talking about this high level analysis where the focus is on how smooth the passage is, how coherent and how relevant the different parts to each other. We're talking about whether there is unity of purpose, whether the writer is contradicting himself or not, stuff like that. You may want to take down notes. By the way, our memories, like we always say, are very short. You cannot remember everything. So one way of organizing your thoughts would be to have a pen or a pencil handy where you jot down your observations. You take down notes. Say, for example, in paragraph 1, there is this and that. In paragraph 2, there is this and that, and stuff like that. Mhm. Hello? Are you done?
Yes.
Not yet.
Not yet. I'll give you perhaps 1 more minute. Okay. Ready? Um, we don't have time. We're not going to spend the rest of our lives reading, obviously. Okay. So if you have, now that we have read, let's look. What do you think? What would you say about this piece of writing? Would you consider it an essay? Come to the mic.
Can I start, Doctor?
Yes. Like always, you need to identify yourself and then share whatever thoughts you have.
My name
Okay.
is Rawan Mahfouz.
Rawan Mahfouz. Yes.
Yes, the idea is very good and perfect, but the essay begin immediately with the event and what happened without an introduction to what he or she going to write about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I feel
Perhaps.
like it's a story, not
Uh,
an essay.
yeah. That's a very good observation. Yeah, Rawan. The fact that it perhaps writing a story would be different from writing an academic essay. So if you look at it from an academic essay perspective, it would fail you. It would disappoint you because it does not observe the rules and regulations of academic essays. But on the level of stories, you think it's good, right? Right, everyone?
Yes, yes, that's
Oh,
right.
okay. Okay, Rawan, can we have somebody else?
Yes, can you hear me, doctor?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, my name is Amira Daja.
Amira. Amira, yes.
So, I want to point out 2 points here. First of all, I noticed a lot of not grammatical errors.
Yeah, this is not what we want now, yeah, Rawan. So, yeah, Amira, we're focusing on the suprasegmental level.
Yeah,
Where, yes, okay.
I figured out that the story kind of changed the subject in the end. It started with a beginning of a story, and it ends with a type of message that doesn't necessarily has too much to do with the original story.
Are you sure?
I mean,
You
I
mean,
understand that. I understand that the accident made the whole the second and the third paragraph.
so was it all about the accident or what the accident triggered in terms of ideas and thoughts?
Yeah,
Right? Mm.
the accident just uh, triggered the idea of the paragraph. It's not necessarily the focus.
Yeah, this is what we're trying to say, that the accident was a tool through which the writer was trying to kind of get across messages to the reader, right?
Yes.
My question here, Amira, is whether the writer, in your opinion, succeeded in doing that or not. What do you think?
I think it could be better considering it was very sudden and unnatural.
Which part was sudden and unnatural?
In the second paragraph, for example, it was, I don't know, it's just to me, I didn't find the conversation between the driver and the one who was in the taxi
Mm,
realistic.
okay, okay, that's perhaps a possible conclusion. Okay, thank you, Amira. Thank you so much, Amira. What's your full name?
Blajan,
Amira, what?
Gan.
Okay, Amir, thank you so much. Can we have somebody else also commenting on the suprasegmental level of
Hello.
the passage, the rhetorical aspects, if you like? Yeah, is it Haya, right?
Hello, doctor. Yes,
Hala,
it's Helen.
Hala, or Hala, yes. Go
Mhm.
ahead.
Yes, I think it's an essay. It's divided into paragraphs that make sense, and I quite like the story. I think it makes sense despite all the grammatical rules. You can still understand it and get the point out of it. Get the
Mm,
moral
mm, yeah,
out of it.
yes, yes. And what's the moral, if any?
It's that I think it's clear in the last passage in the last sentence. Like it's life is 10% what you make it and 90% how you react to it. So
Mhm.
it's all about your reaction to the actions that happens around you.
That's interesting. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Hala. Can we have somebody else?
Can I, Doctor?
Yes. What's your name?
Oh, Fawzia Sharif.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel he or she tried to give us like advance from her story. She
Give you what?
like
Advice, you mean?
advice. Sorry. Yes.
Advice or like advice?
Uh,
Advice, right?
yes. Yes. To advise the people to love each other before something happen in your life, in daily life, like accidents or something like this.
Okay, that's interesting. Anything
I
else?
I think can I find this one in newspaper or magazines or something like this? Not for medical essay or something like this.
You mean this is something that you wouldn't? You mean academic? You're trying to say that this is not academic. This is
Not
story.
yeah, not really academic. Yeah, you
Ah,
can you can find it like a story in magazine or something
yeah,
like
that's interesting. Yeah, the context is very important, and like Fawzia is saying, this is something that you're likely to read in a newspaper or a magazine. Thank you so much, Fawzia. Okay, so let me ask you about coherence. Coherence means that it is well written. It means that the ideas flow and the ideas lead to each other. Have you felt in that way about the passage? Do you think that there is smoothness and flow? One paragraph leads to the next?
Can I, doctor?
Yeah, of course. What's your name?
Nawaf al-Khair.
Okay, go ahead, you know.
Yes, I think it has good flow and
Yes.
it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. That's it?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, Nawaf. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. So if I talk about relevance and coherence, I'm talking about logic, and obviously it's very logical. I mean, we have, um, the writer starts off by perhaps providing the background, and then he or she proceeds, right, and moves on, right? And typically the last part is more or less like a comment on what a general comment on what happened, and also perhaps giving the moral of the story, like Hala said. Okay, right, good. In terms of, if we look at it from through academic eyes, and we would say that it is divided into parts, and those parts can be safely called paragraphs. We have three paragraphs. And yeah, we have an introduction. However abrupt the introduction is, it is still an introduction. And then we have the development of the ideas presented in the introduction in the body paragraph. And then we have, the writer is concluding the whole thing by giving us the moral, by generalizing, by talking about life in general, right? Okay, good. So let's move to the other level of analysis, which we call the segmental. And by segmental, like we said, we speak about the mechanics, whether we're talking about grammar, spelling, or punctuation, right? Let's start with the punctuation. Sorry, let's start with the grammar. So grammar. Um,
Yes.
if you come to the mic, I'll allow you to share two errors or mistakes. Okay. You need to also tell me where the error is in terms of paragraph. You say this is paragraph 1 or 2 or 3, and this is line 1 or 2 in paragraph 1, 2, or 3, and you tell us the where the error is and how you're correcting it. Okay, somebody was talking. Go ahead. What's your name?
My name is Samira.
Samira or Amira?
Mira.
Amira.
Yes.
Are you the same Amira that spoke 5 minutes
Yes.
ago? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
In line 2.
No, where? Because obviously we have so many line 2, and because we have different paragraphs, right?
Paragraph.
So you're okay. Come again. Paragraph 1.
Yes. The second line.
Okay.
Right in front of we.
Yeah.
It's not correct to use here we.
Mhm.
In front of us would be
In
much
front
more
of
correct.
us. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Whenever you have a preposition and you have a pronoun, you have to use, of course, the object pronoun. So the object pronoun of we would be us. So in front of us. Okay. One more
And
error, Amira.
it's the same error, but it's in paragraph, the second paragraph, in the
Okay.
first line.
Okay.
This guy almost ruined our car and almost sent we again. It should be us.
Okay. So this guy almost ruined your car and almost sent us. to the hospital. So it should be us again. Thank you. Amira, thank you so much.
Thank
Okay, can we have somebody else?
May I, Doctor?
Okay, go ahead.
My name is Nawaf Al-Khair. There is a problem with the paragraph 1, line 1. I take a taxi to the airport. It's supposed to be I
Okay.
took a
I
taxi.
took, yeah, it's all past, right? He is recounting an experience. He is giving us a personal story, and it happened in the past, right?
Yes.
The rest of the story is all in the past. Okay, so instead of using I take a taxi to the airport, it's I took a taxi to the airport. Okay, one more error, Nawaf.
Okay, the first line of the second paragraph after hospital, there is a quotation mark, I think.
Mm-hmm.
There's supposed to be a dot there.
Um, remember, he is giving us what I mean, the exact conversation, what he exactly said to. If you're giving what people say exactly as is, you need to put that between inverted commas or quotation marks.
Okay.
I don't think we have a problem here. Thank you.
I have one more.
Okay. Okay.
The third paragraph, first line.
Mhm.
The bottom line is that successful people does not let garbage. It's supposed to be do not let garbage trucks.
The bottom line is that successful people, yes,
Do not.
absolutely. This is a subject-verb agreement problem where the verb does not agree with the subject. The subject is plural, so the verb should be plural, and obviously does not go with people. So people do not. Okay. Thank you so
Yes.
much, Nawaf. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. So do not let garbage. Okay. Can we have somebody else?
Yes,
Hello.
doctor.
Okay.
My name Fawzia.
My name is. My name is.
My name is Fawzia Sharif.
Okay.
I will talk about the second paragraph, second line. When my taxi driver taught
Oh yeah.
taught me what I think, or
Yes. Taught me. Excellent. So obviously, taught is a verb, and you are using a pronoun after it. So after verbs, you need to have object pronouns, and the object pronoun of I is me, right? So this is when my taxi driver taught me. Okay. One more, if you have more.
Doctor,
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. What's your name?
my name is Rana.
Rana.
Last paragraph,
Okay.
second line, at last.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, at the end of the paragraph, it should not put the distance like this.
It has nothing to do with the story itself. You're saying that there are gaps between the different parts of the
Don't
sentence. Don't react, just accept, and you will be. Yeah, this is. I wouldn't consider it an error. It uh, it happened because we have zoomed in. Okay.
okay.
In order. Oh, okay. Do you have any more errors to share?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Can we have somebody else?
Doctor,
Yes. Go ahead.
my name is Amira. I have two errors, but they're not grammatical. Is that okay?
Okay. Just let me highlight the errors that we have spoken about. If you can help me with that. You said okay. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. What's your name?
Amira.
Amira. Okay.
In the third paragraph, the second line,
Mm-hmm.
line it should be with double O.
Yeah, too short to wake up. This is also grammar. So the first two
Yes.
should be two O's, right? Yeah, very
Yes.
good. Yeah, that's
Second
it.
error,
Mm.
the third line below it, the one who don't has two what's it called a comma after the
I,
T. It should be a comma after the T.
I don't know where you are.
It's
This is
the third paragraph, third
okay.
line.
Mm, oh, forget the one who don't. So
Yeah,
where
don't.
is mm, okay, what
The the comma after the T shouldn't be there.
yeah, okay, 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 thank you, Amira. Can we have somebody else?
Can I say it?
Yes.
My name is Rawan Mahfouz.
Mm-hmm.
There are some mistakes in the pronouns. With the first paragraph, the last line,
Mm.
yelling at our,
Yeah.
it must be yelling at us.
Okay, that's interesting. Thank you.
And in the line 4 in the second paragraph, uh, taught I, driving taught I, the, it must be taught me, taught
Okay,
me
should be
what
me.
I know. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, any
Manan,
okay, yeah, what's your name?
Wujdan.
Wijdan. Yeah, go ahead, Wijdan.
The second paragraph, fourth line.
Second paragraph, first
Yeah.
line,
Fourth line
fourth line.
should be and full of disappointment, not
Yeah, excellent. Okay, after of, you as a preposition, you either have a verb ending with ing in order to make it a noun, or if you have a verb, you have to make it a noun. So full of disappointment. Very good. Very good observation. What's your name again?
Wujdan Hussein.
Wijdan. Thank you, Wijdan. Can we have somebody else?
Please, doctor.
Yes. Go ahead.
Uh, their their mistake.
Okay. Where?
Uh, but but uh,
Which paragraph?
but your editing before after C mistake.
After C, I don't see any C's. Which paragraph? Paragraph 1, 2, or 3?
For example, before little sent sent we.
Okay. You mean, yeah, that's what we did. You're if we, like Ahmed is saying, we should have an object pronoun, and it's going to be us. Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you so much. Okay, any more grammar errors? Any more grammar
Yes,
errors?
doctor.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your name?
My name is Shahad.
Chat. Okay.
The last paragraph,
Okay.
we can see the third line. It's dumps, not bumps.
There will be fewer jerks, and what's the problem with that?
No, no, it's a dump, not bumps.
Mm, no, it's yeah, it's correct. I mean, go back to the dictionary. It's there, but perhaps it's not very common. Can we have something else? Chat.
No, I guess I haven't seen anything yet.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else before
No.
we perhaps talk about something else? Hello?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, go ahead.
In the second paragraph,
Mm,
line 5,
okay.
and full of disappointment as their garbage piles up, I think.
Okay, garbage is not countable and it is more or less like it. So if it's it and you're talking about general things, you need to have the S. So piles, very good. Thank you very much. Can we have something else? So garbage is not countable, mind you.
point.
Doctor, I'm finding, but I don't have any words.
You're
Mistake.
what? You're what?
I'll find, but I don't have any mistakes from paragraph.
طيب, Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. Okay,
Thank you.
can we have can we go line and line and see whether it all makes sense or not? So one day we said I took, remember, I took a taxi, not I take, right? A taxi to the airport. We were driving in the right lane when suddenly a car jumped out of a parking space right in front of us, right? My taxi driver slammed on his brakes, skidded, and missed the other car by just inches. The driver of the other car whipped his head around and started yelling at us, right? My taxi driver just smiled and waved at the guy, and I mean, she was really friendly. What do you think? Was she or a he? How can we know? Perhaps when we read on, we can يعني, confirm whether the second driver was a she or he. Anyway, so I asked why did you just do that? This guy almost so this guy is male or female?
Male.
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 My taxi driver just smiled and waved at the guy, and I mean she was really friendly. Okay, so obviously we're talking about our taxi driver, and we don't know yet whether we're talking about a he or a she. Let's move on. So I asked, why did you just do that? This guy almost ruined your car and almost sent us, very good, us to the hospital. This is when my taxi driver told me what I now call the law of the garbage truck. What do you think of this? So now we have
The
he
male.
and she.
Ah.
Okay, so we'll have to think about that. We have to be consistent. Is it a he or a she? Let's go on and see how many he's and how many she's, right? So this is okay. He explained that many people are like garbage trucks. They 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 ran around full of garbage. What do you think of ran?
Run.
Run. It should be run, right? We're talking about things that
Yes,
people do
sure.
over and over again. They run around full of garbage, full of anger, and full of disappointment and meant, very good. As their garbage piles up, like Nawaf said, as piles up, they need a place to dump them, to dump them. Okay, them is a reference to whom, to what?
People.
No,
To the garbage. Sorry.
the garbage is singular or plural?
It's uncountable, so it's
It's
plural.
it's singular. If it's not countable, it is singular. So
Uh,
at their garbage piles up, they need a place to dump it, and sometimes they'll dump. What do you think of them?
should be it.
It's the same thing. On you. Don't take them personally. Don't don't take
It also.
don't take whatever they say, right? So
Yes.
whatever they say is singular. So whatever they say should be it. Don't take it personally. Just smile, wave, wish them well, and move on. Don't take the garbage and spread it to other people at work, in home, or on the streets. Do we have a problem here?
At home,
At home, very good. So it should be at, very good. At home, very good. Where? Okay, let's go on. The bottom line is that successful people don't, like we said, don't let in garbage trucks to take over their day. Do we have a problem here?
Yes. Maybe takes over.
No, whenever you have
we
make
move.
or
Doctor, my name is Rawan. We
yeah,
must remove two and the trucks take over without two.
yes, yes, very good. This is what I wanted to say. Whenever you have make or let, it should be followed by the verb minus two. This makes sense. So let them do what they want, for example, right? So we're going to, where is that? So we're going to yeah, is that correct? So do not let garbage truck take over the day. Life's too short to wake up in the morning with regrets. So love the people who treat you right. Forgive the one who don't. What do you think of that?
It should be one sentence.
It's not about that.
Okay.
Forget,
No, let's forgive. It's okay. So read the first sentence. Love the people who treat you right. Forgive the one who don't.
You should
Forgive,
add an S.
yeah,
The ones.
the ones who don't. Right? This attitude will help you sail through life. There will be fewer jerks and bumps. Learn to take the bad with the good, for life can never be perfect. Acceptance of what is the solution. Don't react, just accept, and you will be a lot more happy. What do you think? Do you think that, do you have more happy in English?
more happier.
No, it's either or. You either use ER or you use more, right? I'm going to drop more
A
and I'm
lot
going,
happier.
yeah, and then I'm going to use IER. Would you agree with that, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
And then we're going to, of course, drop more. Yeah, I don't know what happened. What did this guy? Okay, a lot happier. Life is 10% what you make it, and 90% how you take it. Right? Very interesting, right? You guys agree? It's a very interesting passage, and it has the moral of the story would be that you shouldn't be treating people the way they do you, right? If they are bad, you shouldn't be as bad, right? Clear?
Right.
Making sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. This is also a real essay that I would like you to perhaps read. I don't know how to put it in one page. Let me check how I can do that. Okay, choose. Yeah, okay. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, so what's we'll write an essay of not less than 300 words on the value of showing compassion and respect towards others, whether older or young. You know what compassion is? So give me a synonym for the word compassion. Give me
It's like caring,
like what?
caring.
Caring and loving and sharing, right? All these good qualities. Okay, so it's the value. So you're writing an essay on the value. Value. Give me another word for value. On the value of.
Worth?
Yeah, I need perhaps a more functional word that is not exactly the same. Can I use on? Yeah, go ahead.
Price,
The,
maybe.
not really. How about the importance? When I said the importance of showing compassion and respect,
Effect, maybe, doctor?
the effect, the importance. Yeah. Okay, good. So you now know what is required, right? It's an essay that somebody is required to write. So how many words? It's 300 words. On what? On the value and the importance of doing what? Of showing compassion and respect towards whom? Towards others. Who are those others? Whether these are perhaps the older and younger. So you're getting the idea, right? You're getting the idea. You're getting what is required.
Yes.
What is it that we're going to do? We're going to read the essay against what is required and see whether the writer of the essay did a good job or not, answering what is required, reacting to the prompt. Okay? So read the essay. And again, you're going to focus on the suprasegmental level of analysis where you're going to collect impressions about it. You're going to perhaps look at how coherent it is. You're going to perhaps look at how relevant the different parts to each other are. You're going to look at the presentation of the essay itself, whether there is flow and smoothness or not, whether there is logic or not, whether there is, those traditional parts of an essay where you normally have an introduction, body paragraphs, and a conclusion. You guys have 3 minutes from now. Go ahead. Mute your mic, please. I'm ready if you're ready, okay?
Excuse me, doctor, it's a black screen for me.
What?
It's a black screen.
Does this apply to everyone? Is it black screen to everyone?
No.
No.
No. So go out and come back.
Okay.
Okay. Can you talk about it? Are you done?
Yes, doctor.
Okay. So, of course, the experience is different. I know the other piece of writing that we did was a story, and this one is not. But let's talk about the experience. Which of them is perhaps, easier to read?
The first one.
The first one. Is it, yeah, Nawaf, is it because it was a story, or perhaps there are other reasons?
No, I think because it was more organized, I think.
Okay, so you're implying that there is lack of organization in this essay, right?
Yes, and
Can
a
you,
lot
can,
of
yeah, Nawaf, can we call it an essay? Can we safely call it an essay?
no, I don't think so.
I'm talking about, from the graphic point of view. When you look at it from afar, remember?
Yes, it doesn't look like an essay.
It looks like an essay to me because it's at least it is divided into paragraphs.
Okay.
It can be, okay. Remember, Nawaf, essays can be bad. So we can say that it is an essay, okay? We can also say that it is a bad essay, right?
Right.
Are you getting the idea?
Yes.
Or you're perhaps saying that it's not an essay because, you don't have this consistency when it comes to the length of the paragraphs, correct?
Correct, yes.
Yes. Okay, like I said, it can be an essay, but it is a poor one. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Can we move? Can we have more? What? Give me your other. Other people and their impressions about what they see.
Can I, doctor?
Okay, go ahead.
Fawzia Sharif. It's look like essay, but the writer doesn't use anything like firstly, secondly. However, some one a day. This give you like,
Transition. We say transition words and phrases. He's not using any of them, right?
yeah.
Okay. Why? Why do you think he should use them, Jose?
It's make the essay more smoothly, and help the reader to understand he come to another step or change or talking about another
Yes.
thing.
Remember we said that they are more or less like signposts. We said that an essay is more or less like a road or a street, and you cannot have a road or a street without signposts. Okay, so transition words and phrases like however, on the one hand, on the other hand, therefore, to sum up, to start with, these are signposts that you need in order to kind of be able to understand what is going on in the essay. Okay, thank you, Fauzia. Can we have somebody else? Remember, we're talking about the rhetorical aspects, and rhetorical aspects mean or have to do with the idea whether you're feeling tired when you have finished reading, or it was smooth, it was a nice experience. Okay, so let's agree on that. Was it fun? Was it perhaps light and easy to read, or the other way around?
The other way around, I think, Doctor.
It's the other way around. Okay, I agree. Who else agrees with us? Who else enjoys our opinion about it? That
Yeah,
it's, yeah, okay, go ahead. Okay, fine. So it wouldn't be enough to just say that something is bad or something is not up to the standard. You'll have to justify, you'll have to say why you think it is what you say it is, right? Okay. Perhaps by suggesting things, by recommending different structure, by recommending different use of words, right? Okay. But before we do that, I would like us, so that it can perhaps reduce this negative impact that we're having, let's perhaps focus on the segmental aspects. Let's try to detect grammar and mechanical errors and correct them, and then we read it again and try to kind of talk about its rhetorical aspects, how we can establish and achieve flow by perhaps taking this sentence off, by taking the whole.
What's the
Wait,
ratio?
wait. Let me
Square.
finish. Let me finish. Okay, and see whether the paragraphs are arranged in an organized way, or perhaps we should get rid of a part. We should have a paragraph come before the other and stuff like that. So let's move to the segmental part. Let's talk about the errors. And I promise you we had lots of them, right? Okay, so come to the mic, and every and each one of us has two,
Yes,
mechanical
Doctor.
errors to share with us. Yeah, go ahead. What's your name?
My name is Shahad.
Shahid, go ahead.
The first paragraph
You
we
okay?
have in the second line
Okay.
as a sign, not a saying.
I'm not sure I'm following. Okay, so and compassion considered as,
As a sign.
yeah, this one should be sign, right? Okay.
Yeah, and the third line
Okay, the third line.
we have ethics and values.
Okay, the third line is how long has these ethics and yeah, it should be
Values.
values, right? It should be values. Very
Yeah.
good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Can we have somebody else? Okay. Thank you.
Can I speak up?
Yeah, go ahead. What's your name?
Amira?
Amira. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. In the first paragraph, third line,
Okay.
behavior of a person.
I'm
We
not
should
sure.
add
Where?
at the beginning, in the third line,
Mm-hmm.
behavior of person.
Okay, so what's the problem with that?
An A should be added after of and before person.
Mm-hmm. What should we add? I don't know.
Excuse me, I didn't hear.
Yeah, we cannot hear you either. Something is missing on your side.
Oh, I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. So the word, do you have a problem with the word behavior?
Behavior of a person. After of a should be added
Okay.
an a.
Okay. Of a person. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Can we have somebody else? Hello?
Yes, doctor.
Yes, go ahead.
In the third paragraph,
Okay.
we have in the second line,
Okay.
older or young. It's
Yeah.
written elder.
Okay, can you read the sentence?
Whether that person older or young.
The person elder. Okay. Whether that person is, it should be old, and we're going to drop the ER.
The ER.
Yeah, okay. So it should be the
Yeah.
person old or young, right? Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Can we have somebody else? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Doctor,
Yes, go ahead.
we have the same mistake in the third line.
Okay. As regards
elder.
As we
Regard
regard the perhaps we can say old people. Can you say old people, for example? Okay. And we're going to drop the as we regard old people and treat them in a okay. Who else? Hello? Yes.
Yes, okay. So I don't know in which paragraph. I think it will be the second. And I don't know. It's just it starts with relationship, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
The 10th at the end of it be done in all of life fields.
I'm not sure I.
Excuse, doctor.
Yes.
Can I leave? I have to do my prayer.
Okay. What's your name?
Majid Al Harbi.
Okay, Mac. No problem.
So, doctor, please, we need your help today.
My help? Am I
Yes.
going to write for you or
Yes,
something?
our quiz.
Okay.
Thank you so much, doctor. Salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Okay, so somebody was saying something about perhaps paragraph 2. I don't know. Where is that? You know, part of the reason why we were not sure where the line is or where the word is it's not totally our fault. It's the fault of the writer, right? The paragraphs are not well defined. Some paragraphs are very long, and some of them are not as long, and you don't have, fixed boundaries. You don't know where the paragraph starts and where it ends, right? So it is also one of the things that you can take against the writer. Am I correct?
Yes, doctor, yes.
Okay, okay. Any other issues that you guys would like to share with us about this? Because we have a lot, by the way.
Doctor?
Yes, go ahead.
I have the last one.
Okay.
In the last paragraph.
Okay.
It's in and sharing their feelings.
And sharing the what?
The word there.
And sharing
Shooting
their
wrong.
yeah, yeah. It should be it should be this way, right? Right?
THEIR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Have you seen the correction? Okay.
THEIR.
Yeah, I'm correcting it. You're not getting the corrections that I make in red?
No. No.
You don't?
I can see it.
You or everyone?
Everyone, doctor.
So I'm
cannot see it, doctor, the red
We
one.
cannot see it, all of us.
You cannot.
Yes. Yeah, we can't.
Yeah,
Yes.
perhaps you will see it on the recording or something. Anyway, can we have other people?
I said that respect our literaries. This is the person value. Don't we have?
Can you mute your mic and read on your own, and then you come up with the errors?
We don't.
Please mute your mic. Okay.
Yes, teacher, can I share?
Yeah, please.
Okay. The last line, actually younger plays same part to elder in our life where they considered as our future. He or she may change younger to younger people. They mean younger people. And of course it's play, not plays. The same part. It's,
Can I say the young? Can I say the young?
what?
Can I say the young?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, they
Okay.
can. Yeah, you can say the young.
Okay.
Play the same part, not same, the same part to the elder, I guess, in our lives, where they are considered as our future, where they are considered our future.
Whatever he means by where they are considered.
He means that the younger generation is also important because they are our future, the future generation.
Yeah.
But the whole sentence, it needs reconstruction.
Yes. Okay.
But the most important thing is younger, plays the same, they are, all of these mistakes. Our lives.
Okay. Can we go, Lena, we have other things that I would like to highlight. I'm going to read it out loud, and then perhaps you can stop me if you see an error. So we can't deny the value. What do you think of can't? Is it correct this way?
No.
There is
No,
a
cannot.
comma.
Apostrophe.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, you need, yes. So I'm correcting it. I'm hopeful that you can see that. So we can't or we can't deny the value of showing respect and compassion for others.
Others.
So you would need an S here.
Okay. Doctor, we cannot see your corrections.
So I'm saying somehow it does not show you my corrections, but I'm sure you will have them in the recordings, Fawzi.
Okay.
They will appear inshallah in the recording. It plays a vital role in our life. So it is a reference to what? So we're talking about showing respect and compassion. So if it's respect and compassion, this is plural. I think they, right? They. I'm going to drop it, the it, they. And if I'm going to choose they, there shouldn't be an S, they play, right? A vital role in our life. Where respect and compassion considered as sign of ethical behavior of a person, it shows how as long as person has these ethics and values, an educated generation will be built with high manners and principles. Can you imagine how long this sentence is? What do you think? Is it a good sentence?
No, very long, teacher.
Very long, and it's wrong. Yeah, it's wrong. It's very long and wrong. See how it starts? I have never seen a structure starting this way, where respect and compassion considered as sign of ethical behavior of a person, and it should, what's that, right? So obviously, where respect and compassion considered, this is more or less like a sentence fragment, right? We have a problem with the structure. It can be both a sentence fragment in parts of it and also a run-on sentence because it never ends, right? So respect is a human characteristic that define highness. So respect define. Does respect define or defines? What do you think?
Defines with an S.
Defines, right? Defines. Whatever he means by highness. What does he mean by highness? I guess he means, elevated manners, right? Politeness and stuff like that. Which defines, right? A deep appreciation for people. I mean, he's using big words, right? But do they really mean anything? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, doctor. Yes, doctor.
So it may be incredible quality without doubt. It may be incredible or should be what? It may be incredible quality or it may be what do you think? An incredible quality without doubt or without a doubt?
And.
In addition, can you see that? In addition, and then you have a comma, and then respect is capital. Is that correct?
No.
No. Respect should be small, right?
Yes, after a comma. It's not a noun.
Yes. Is one of the basic factors for any relationship between individuals. As if this factor is lost, a defect in this relationship will occur. Whatever that means. He's saying if this factor is lost, as if. So what is it that we should drop? He's saying as if this factor is lost, a defect in this relationship will occur. Should I drop as or if? What do you think?
If.
No. If, I think is as. So he's trying to say if this factor is lost, this is what he's trying to say. If this factor is lost, what happens? A defect in this relationship will occur. What do you think?
I understand.
Please, doctor.
Okay.
I have a question.
Okay.
What's rigorous this? Rigorous.
What?
What's rigor?
Occurring takes place, happen.
Editing. Is editing?
No, we don't. It's okay. It's fine. So again, so we're going to drop as because obviously he meant if, only if. If this factor is lost, what happens if this factor is lost? A defect in this relationship will occur. And through respect, a person expresses everything around him. I don't know how or why. Regardless of who they are and what the nature of the relationship that binds him, to them, which is a bit, see how long that is? This is another, what kind of sentence? This is another, what we call run-on sentence, a sentence that starts but it never ends. Are you following at all?
Yes, and hard for us to understand.
Yeah, you need to take a car to move from F to I don't know where you should, get out of the car. It's very long, right?
Yes. Doctor, I need to use my finger to follow you because very long. That's why.
Yeah, and this is, like I said, this is not correct. Okay. Perhaps I should send that to you and you do the editing. And I would like you to do the rest of the editing, inshallah. I'll send it to you on the WhatsApp group and you do the rest of the editing. Okay? Okay, so let's move somewhere else. So what is it that we're having? We're having a very nice website. And I would like you. Okay, we're going to stop this part and then perhaps share something else. I don't know what I did. Okay. I don't know what. Can you still hear me?
Yes, doctor.
Yes, doctor.
Yes, doctor, we can.
Yes,
Yeah.
doctor.
Good. What is that? What is it that you can see on the screen, if any?
At the moment, nothing.
Nothing, right?
Nothing.
Not even this one? Can you see anything now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, doctor.
So, okay, give me the title. What does it say?
Rhetorical styles.
Rhetorical style.
Yeah, rhetorical.
Rhetorical style.
Style.
Okay, so rhetorical, remember when we spoke about those two levels of analysis or approaches whenever we approach a piece of writing, you have the rhetorical level, the suprasegmental level, which has to do with those hidden aspects, things that you appreciate, things that you feel, but you cannot pin down. Okay? The rhetorical aspects, let me finish, please. So rhetorical aspects are different from those low-level aspects, mechanical aspects. When you talk about grammar, when you talk about punctuation and spelling. So rhetorical aspects have to do with the organization of the essay or the piece of writing. Has to do with the division of the essay into perhaps paragraphs, have to do with dividing the paragraph into an introduction and body paragraphs and a conclusion. When you talk about flow, when you talk about unity of purpose, when you talk about coherence and relevance. Okay? Okay, somebody was asking a question.
Yes,
Hello?
Dr. Me.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
You have to
So
leave, right?
Dr. What is the main rhetorical style?
Yeah, I said rhetorical means the things that make the essay an essay, not the mechanical parts of the essay. When you talk about the grammar, the structure, when you talk about the spelling, but these are all the mechanical aspects. And against them, or perhaps different than or from them, would be the rhetorical aspects. When we talk about the organization, it's not something that you define, it's something that you can find examples for. What are the examples that you cite when you talk about rhetorical aspects? You talk about the organization of the essay, you talk about its flow, you talk about its relevance and coherence and these things. Okay, you talk about the style of the essay itself, whether the essay is narrative, whether it's descriptive, whether it is, process. Okay, all these aspects come under rhetorical and under rhetorical styles. Okay, so when I talk about rhetorical things, you expect me to talk about the essay as from the organization point of view, whether it is well organized or not, whether it makes sense to you or not. Okay. Okay. So in terms of types, we spoke about three different types. We spoke about narrative essays, we spoke about descriptive essays, and we also spoke about process essays, right? You still remember them? We said that description or descriptive essays are all about describing. Describing means that you try to engage the different senses of the reader. What are the different senses? You have five senses: the sense of touch, the sense of sight, the sense of hearing, the sense, right? Remember?
Yes.
With descriptive essays, you normally have lots of adjectives and adverbs, where the adjectives normally describe nouns, while the adverbs describe actions, behaviors, and verbs. We spoke enough about narrative and descriptive, and I would like to address myself to the third type, which is process. We already spoke about process, but perhaps we need to perhaps shed more light, because the essays that you're giving are going to be both descriptive and process. So process means that you're engaged in giving, steps and stages as how something is done or is made, right? Okay. So narrative essay again. So like we said, narration is a rhetorical style that basically just tells, no, I don't want narrative, right? I said process. I don't know why I got narrative. Let me go back and let me go to process. Process essay. Process is a rhetorical style that provides step-by-step directions or guidance, right? So you're trying to guide somebody, you're trying to give somebody instructions as how he can perhaps operate something or do something. You may encounter quite a few process essays of various types in academia. When I talk about English major, you don't get involved in process essays normally. Normally, your essays are reactionary. You react to something. Your essays are perhaps analytic, where you analyze something; argumentative, where you argue about something good or bad, right? but you're not going to find yourself doing lots of process essays. But you'll need that perhaps in life if you're working as a teacher and you're perhaps a math teacher or a chemistry teacher. You normally give your students instructions as how they do something, and those instructions can be in writing. So if you're writing to them, you need to know how to write process writings and process analysis writings. Of course, with process essays, like with all the other types of essays, you have to have a goal and you have to structure your essay accordingly. Again, your goal would be either to give directions or to guide, or perhaps write a report about how something is done, right? Think of it in terms of managing a project, where from time to time you have to produce reports to the people in the management, telling them how you do stuff and the processes that you engage in order to accomplish the tasks. So most of the time students write process essays that discuss how to do something. It's how. So with process essays, the focus would be on the how rather than on the what. Perhaps we leave the what to descriptive and narrative essays. The best examples for process essays would be, for example, giving somebody the recipe, a meal or a food recipe, where you give him or her steps as how he or she can do it. Or technical brochures, for example. Look at any appliance, home appliance that you have, a washing machine, for example. It normally comes with a manual where you have, if you read, you will read about steps that you have to follow. Again, having a sequence, having the correct sequence and the correct order when you give the steps is very important. So what happens if you perhaps miss a step? Okay, so should you go back and provide it? No, just go on. Okay. Again, so while creating a process essay, you need to keep the following in mind. So create a list of directions or steps. You need to be very clear about the directions and the steps that you're going to give. Write even before you write. So before writing, you have to be clear about the steps that you're going to write about. Again, perhaps you need to write that, to make a list of that so that you don't forget. So when writing a process essay, you need to first list the directions or steps. So you need to also remember that you're telling your reader how to do something. So while you don't want to over-explain the process, again, the idea of over-explaining something is not good. It's about overdoing something, and overdoing something in general is not good. Okay, it can sometimes complicate things. So make sure you don't over-explain things. So you want to be sure that you're giving the reader every step or direction he or she needs in order to be successful with the operation of something or doing something. So again, success can be determined either by the reader being able to achieve the desired results through following your directions, or having a greater understanding of the process after reading your essay. So a measure of your success would be whether your reader will be able to follow the steps and finally operate the machine, for example, or not. Again, make sure you're not missing steps. You have to be, again, that's why we're saying perhaps in the pre-writing stage, you have to make a list of the steps. So what happens if you miss a step? Should you go back? No, just go on. Don't mention it and just go on in the following steps and make sure that you cover it in an indirect way. Again, over explaining something would be more or less like an insult to the reader. It is as if you are undermining the intelligence of your reader if you over explain something. And of course, this is something that you don't want to end up having. In this case, the reader will not complete your, I mean, he or she will stop reading your essay if he or she senses that you are insulting them by being over explanatory. Again, you need to also decide whether you need chronology. You need to move in time with a sequence and order. Or perhaps you move from the symbol to the complex, or discuss the known and then move to the unknown. These are different styles as how you can, kind of give the steps. It's either chronology where you start with whatever is first and then second and third, or sometimes you would need to move from whatever is simple to whatever is complex, or you talk about whatever is known and make the transition to whatever is unknown. You yourself need to decide. You don't also need to, or you shouldn't actually confuse your reader by giving perhaps unnecessary information. Again, we stress the fact that you shouldn't be backtracking means that you mention a step and then you say no, we don't need that, for example. Perhaps another you recommend a different step. No, you shouldn't be backtracking, and you shouldn't also be discussing missed steps, because this will only frustrate or confuse your reader. Again, like always, we keep asking you to also keep entertaining and interesting the reader. You need to keep him or her both focused and interested. Otherwise, he or she will lose interest and will not continue reading your piece of writing. Is that clear enough? Hello.
Yes, doctor. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Doctor,
Yes.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Uh, how many words we should write about an essay today?
Um, Perhaps 200 words or something. Yeah, perhaps 200 words.
100?
200.
200.
At least, yes, at least 200.
The time, 1 hour or 1 hour and a half?
What did she say? What did the coordinator say? I think she sent you an email or something, right?
Okay.
So you need to check with her. I mean, check the elements. Okay. So are we? Okay. Right. We spoke whether we were talking about descriptive, narrative, or process essays. You have to, the steps by now, the pre-writing steps that you take, and then the things that you do while writing, and the things that you do after writing. If we apply that to our, the essay that we're going to write tonight, I think it will help us tremendously. So before you write, you need to think. You need to perhaps brainstorm or come up with an outline, right? We have different ways of brainstorming. You can be listing the items, you can be putting things in a table, right? We have different techniques when it comes to pre-writing, which I would like you to try. So what are the techniques that people use? The pre-writing strategies. You have journaling, you have free writing. Free writing is when you try to scribble things before you actually write. Wait. Brainstorming, of course, mapping or diagramming, listing, outlining, asking, defining questions, noting pros and cons. So these are all pre-writing techniques that you may use. Okay, go ahead. Somebody's asking.
Doctor, is the exam will it tell us if it's a progress or narrative or
Yeah,
descriptive?
it will. It's going to tell you write perhaps a descriptive process, write a descriptive essay, write a process essay.
So do we write on Word first, then we download it, or how is it going to work?
You have a file. You're
Okay.
going to download a file.
Okay.
Okay. The file has space enough so that you can write on.
Then we upload this file.
Yeah, and then you upload the file.
Thank
you. Make sure, of course, you write your name and everything and your ID and everything.
Okay.
Okay. Right. I'll have 5 minutes for perhaps 2 more questions before we call it a night. So if you have questions that you would like to ask me before I leave, go ahead.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
How can you tell if we are out of 5 or then an exam? How can you tell if it's a narrative or descriptive? How can you tell, like the writer?
You mean I mean when you finish writing the stuff and then I start marking it?
Yes.
Well, from whatever you have written, I mean, it's going to be clear whether you are. We're giving you guidelines. We're asking you to write descriptive, and we end up perhaps having a process where there shouldn't be a process. Okay, there are of course clues that you give us so that we know whether you're writing a descriptive or a narrative or a process essay. But we can tell. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. One more question before we leave.
Please, doctor, please.
Okay, please. Okay, go ahead.
I have a request.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to join to group.
يا جماعة, can we help Ahmed join the group?
Give me a number.
Yeah, give her your number. اديها رقمك يا أحمد.
Okay.
I think I have his number. Just send me an empty WhatsApp message, and I'll take your number and give it to who is this? Number. Okay, go ahead. Would you like to share your number?
05.
Okay. Wait. We don't want to record that. I think. Okay. Wait. So we on this with this item and on this note we come to the end of today's class. I'll stop the recording so that Ahmed can share his number. Okay, just give me a second.